Hi, and this is going to cover Lesson 9, Bubble 5. In this lesson, we're going to take a look at the Lemon Squeeze app that we worked on earlier, and it has repeated blocks of code that should be replaced. So they want us to look at the event handler for Lemon and Lime to find the repeated code. We're then going to replace the repeated block of code with a single function called update screen that we declare once, but then call upon it twice. So we'll call upon it again in Lemon and Lime. And then we're going to just discuss how the newly added update screen function that we create is going to help keep our code better organized and reduce a lot of repeated code. So let's take a look at this code here, and I'm going to move my screen a little bit. And they want us to take a look at Lemon and Lime. So we can basically skip over the on event play button. So that's line 8 through 27, and they want us to look at Lemon and Lime here. So this is Lemon, and then there's Lime. And I'm noticing the repeated code is going to really be this move the Lemon and Lime to random locations, as well as the update screen text. So this looks about the same from line 49 through 55 as 66 through 72. So I want to still make sure I keep this if statement for limes as well as the if statements for lemons. So you want to make sure you're not deleting things that you actually need, and we are looking for repetition. So it looks like line 48 through 55 is the same as line 65 through 72. So good to know. We are now then going to create a new function, and I'm going to do this at the very bottom. So I'm going to go to line 80, and I'm going to create a function. So function, my function. It's going to be outside of everything. So if you even want, you can, sometimes I like to go to show text and skip a few lines here. And I'm going to comment this and say my new function called, I think it was called, what did they want us to call it? Update screen? Yep. All right. So then if I go back to blocks, I know I kind of go between back and forth. I'm going to change my function name. So it's instead of my function, it's going to be update screen, and make sure you spell it Camelback. So update is all lowercase, capital S, and then screen. And in here, they just want us to take this information and put it inside of that function. So I find going to show text is easier because I can copy and paste or cut and paste. So I'm going to first start up at the top here, and I'm going to move to where line 48 and line 55. So I don't want to go past line 55. So 48 through 55. I'm going to cut. So Command X. If you make a mistake, you can always hit Command or Control Z to undo. But I cut it, and then I'm going to paste it in, Command or Control V to paste. And there is, and I want to make sure I keep those comments in there, like move the lemon lime and update screen. So I'm going to show the blocks again so you can see how in the lemon, I took it out. So it's no longer behind here. And now I just need to take it out in the lime area. So if you want, you can highlight those things. I'm just doing lines 58 through 65 and deleting them. Okay. All right, so now that I created a function that did the same things, that had repeated code, and I put it all in here as far as moving the lemon and lime randomly and updating the screen, I'm going to now call upon this function update screen, and I'm going to call upon them exactly where that code was, that original code was. So if I go up to lemon, I'm going to put it after this if statement. Now that I took out the actual code, I'm going to call upon that function. And I'm going to do update screen. Make sure it's a capital S in there. You can put it in line 48, 47, 49, but it does need to be inside of this event handler, this on event for lemon. So gotta still keep it in within this bracket area. Then I'm going to go to lime, and remember it was somewhere in between, or it was somewhere after line 57. So I'm going to grab my function and update screen. And you can do this in block coding, or if you want to see it in text, you can see it in text as well. Looks just like that. You're calling upon the function update screen, spelled out the same, opening, closing parenthesis. Just make sure you end it out with a semicolon. And let's run this. Again, you might have to scroll up to find out what the password is so you can actually play. One of the passwords is lemon123. So lemon, oops, helps the smell. 1, 2, 3. And then I can play. So it looks like it's working. And there we go. And then it says I've collected 5 lemons, play again. And I can play again. Looks like I've collected 12 lemons, I can play again. And so we're not really changing anything with the if statements. We're only changing things for the randomness of where the lemon and limes are and how it displays on the screen. And that's just because it was repeated code that we can call upon multiple times, which in this case we called upon it twice, once in the lime event handler and once in the lemon event handler. And this just helps keep the code a little bit cleaner. It's less busy as well. And one of the reasons why we create functions is because if there's a lot of repeated code, it can get very congested and very long, and it just breeds the idea that there could be more errors. So by creating functions or chunks of code that's going to be repeated or called upon multiple times, it just helps keep it more organized and less likely to have errors. And that is Bubble 5.